Hello, YouTube.
Hello, and welcome back to Good Game Nation, where we bring you everything TCG. I'm here with Sam. Say hello.
We're back.
Um, so we got a major drop from, I believe it's this week's Shonen Jump or next week's Shonen Jump, and uh, I think it's super exciting. So let's jump into it. We got leader cards. How do you feel
Finally,
about that?
finally. I have a reason to use my crocodile wallpaper because we
Right.
finally have crocodile. We've seen so much blue, red and purple. Everyone was wondering what's going on with blue and green. Are we gonna see anything? And we finally have something. We finally have a crocodile leader. Just gonna read it
Yeah.
over real quick. I can zoom in.
Yes.
Activate main, -4 Dawn once per turn. Return 1 Dawn from your field to your Dawn deck. Return 1 character card with a cost of 5 or lower to its owner's hand.
Right. So send four Dawn back to your Dawn deck and put a card back in your hand. Either player, because it doesn't specify it has to be your opponent. I believe all of this stuff comes from Wadish on the Discord. The Discord
Yes.
jumped on it. I believe he's living in Japan right now and went out and bought the magazine to get clearer images so that they can translate. I also think the translation came from Wadish also. So thank
Good
you
shout
for
out.
yeah. The Discord is killing it. So thank you for that. Um, but this effect is cool. I think it's playable. I think it's going to be great, especially if blue has a lot of on-play effects. I think it'd be really cool to bounce stuff from back to your own hand and then replay it to get another on-play effect. And it's also great for throwing off your opponent's field presence, which is great.
Yeah, I think it's having a stationary effect that's always in play like this is worrisome. But it also makes how you pointed out, it lets you bounce your own cards as well for on play effects. It also makes it hard for them to bounce your opponent's cards if they have on play effects. So it's a little bit of a double edge, I think. But it's definitely a very interesting effect that you might have to build around early. So I think this is probably the best field presence besides King that we've seen so far. So yeah, definitely a scary card, I think.
Yeah. And the cost I think is significant. -4.
Yeah.
That's 2 turns worth of Dawn that you're losing. That will you have to recover eventually, but uh, I think it has a good enough cost to make up for having a decent effect. Like that's probably one of our better leaders that we've seen so far.
Yeah, I would. I think I would agree with that. Actually, yeah, definitely. And the other leader that we saw, we finally have a look at Kid himself. He is
Yes.
the leader of the Worst Generations deck.
Mhm.
Go ahead, please.
Do you want me to read this
Yeah,
one?
you go ahead.
Okay, cool. So it says activate main once per turn. uh, 3, which is rest the indicated number of Dawn cards in your cost area. You may discard a card from your hand. Switch this leader to active. So at a cost of 3, resting, which is pretty cool, um, restand this leader. So you can attack with him, activate his effect, stand him back up, and potentially attack again.
Yeah,
Um, it's a pseudo dual strike. Is that what that's what Dragon Ball called it? Dual strike
yeah,
or dual attack?
dual attack.
Double attack. Yeah. Um, at a cost, which is super cool. Um, it can be very versatile, I think, if you're able to stack him with a bunch of Dawn beforehand and get 2 big attacks with him. Uh, what are your thoughts on Captain Kidd?
Um, I So I think this card has a lot of value because, especially later to the game when you're low on resources, being able to be offensive and being able to set yourself up is really important. I think. Um, we don't know how easy it is going to be moving Dawn around. I think we've only seen a few cards that actually do that so far. So that's resource seems very valuable to move at higher rates. So if you can boost Kid just a little bit to like 6 or 7, that'd be huge for a double strike attack. So like I said, low on resources, this card seems very powerful. I wonder how much early in the game when you're setting up do you actually use this. but definitely late game where you're looking to end the game. This leader effect is definitely pretty good. Or to take out the board if your opponent has left things tapped. This kid is obviously very strong at clearing the battlefield as well.
Yeah, that's a great point. There's 2 points I would like to think about on that too. Is you can clear your opponent's character cards
Yeah.
and then go in with your own character cards over leader,
Mm-hmm.
because he is standing at 5K. So if your opponent has left lower attack costs, you can clear the board with this. But it also has the cost of discarding. So if green ends up being a hand effect type thing,
Yeah.
where you have cards that say when they're discarded, this could have added value in that. We don't know if they're going to have that yet, but
Yeah.
that added value of saying your leader can discard something from your hand could be a bonus later. We don't know if I know that Digimon I think has that where they have effects that trigger in the graveyard.
I don't think I've played a game that doesn't. Eventually, at
Right.
some point, have that. I don't know if we'll see that in set one. I think it's a complicated mechanic, honestly. So
Absolutely.
they might keep it simple in the first set, but later on the game, graveyard effects. That's something we're pretty common in most trading card games. So this card, maybe in another set or two, could definitely rise. Out of the cards we've seen so far, leader wise, I would say this one probably has the most value when the sets increase.
Right.
Um, yeah, because you're definitely right. Any discard effect, like discard this card, put it into play, or this card gets a pick a pirate, you get a buff. Huge.
Right.
Could be huge for someone like Kid, because then that's just all value.
Right. You get the value of being able to attack a second time. You get the value of an effect that triggers somewhere else. I think it definitely has staying power in later sets, like you said. That makes it a uh, a strong choice later on when the game develops further.
No, I would definitely agree. I think both leaders have that as well. I think with more on play effects and more discard cards, both of those leaders definitely have a lot of value going forward.
Right.
They yeah, I think it's going to be exciting to see what else comes around along with them because we also haven't seen any green or blue cards yet. So a little more information, we can definitely piece them
Yeah.
together better.
Yeah, it's super exciting to finally see the four starter deck leaders. It kind of gives us a feel about what we're gonna see, but and we can speculate all day about what the leaders are gonna say about the decks they're gonna come with. But we're
Right.
gonna get a whole set of leaders in the set too. So
Yep.
this is just our first four, and it's shaping up to be a fun looking game. They're giving each archetype a fun run so far. So.
Nope. Totally agree. Just we're excited to see more blue and green, so we can see more characters you love.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially because those are going to be our. I think blue is a good set of fun characters that is. I think are going to be fan favorites. I do like the warlords.
They're
I
cool.
think they're a fun group.
They're cool.
Definitely.
Worst generation, I would say, might be slightly cooler. I like a lot of those guys. They're pretty cool. Like I said, we'll start seeing them slowly but surely.
Absolutely. Um, I think that's it for this one.
Absolutely,
Let us know in the comments which leader is your favorite so far. What effect of the leader is your favorite so far?
absolutely.
Um, and just to answer our own question, which is your favorite so far?
That's tough. I like thinking about Kid and the very future longevity of the game. I do like that the Kaido has a win con, put your opponent on a clock. So I do like Kaido right now myself. The Queen
I
card doesn't help though either. The Queen card makes the Kaido real nice. I like that card too.
right. I think I'm gonna say crocodile for now. I like the add a card back to your hand
Pretty cool.
and the clean condition. I think it is right now my favorite
Nice.
uh, as a an option.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for watching. All of our links are going to be down below. We always link the Discord. We have a podcast that we update every Thursday, so check that out as well. We always have fun conversations around all TCGs. And please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, bye bye.